The fallout from Pakistan's defeat to India in the T20 World Cup continues, and it could have far-reaching implications, in fact, even off the pitch. According to reports, Pakistan's Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir is unhappy with the PCP chief, Mohsin Naqvi. Defeats to India, in fact, have become routine for Pakistan over the last few years. But the lack of competitiveness shown by the Pakistani team has not only raised questions and concern about the quality of players in the squad, but also about those in charge of the Pakistan Cricket Board. And the person at the helm of the PCB, Mohsin Naqvi, apart from being the most important man in Pakistani cricket, he's also the country's interior minister. Now, when someone holds two such important positions, you would normally think that his position is untouchable to a certain extent, but that is definitely not the case here, and let's tell you why. Pakistan technically has an elected government and a prime minister in Shehbaz Sharif, along with his cabinet of ministers, but are they truly in charge? That remains the big question all throughout, because not according to Shehbaz Sharif himself, it seems. The Pakistani Prime Minister recently publicly said that the country is being run through a hybrid regime, effectively conceding that the military is the real power holder in Pakistan. Even though Shehbaz Sharif's admission is recent, this dynamic has long been well known. There is even a euphemism for it in Pakistan. The military and its role in governance are often referred to as the establishment. And as of now, Asim Munir and the establishment are reportedly unimpressed with how Naqvi has handled the Pakistan Cricket Board in recent months. But then that displeasure on part of Asim Munir does not just stem from Pakistan's heavy loss to India. Munir was also irked by the fact that Naqvi invoked his name while responding to a question related to the threats made by the ICC. And this was, remembered, during the time when Pakistan had announced that it would not be playing the match against India at the T20 World Cup. Before the U-turn, Naqvi declared that neither he nor the government of Pakistan was intimidated, adding that Field Marshal Asim Munir never gets afraid. Naqvi himself was also reportedly embarrassed by the team's performance against India. He voiced his frustration to the Pakistan team manager before leaving the stadium, reportedly. Naqvi attended the match but left when Pakistan started losing wickets, and it became evident that they would lose the contest. And the Pakistan team management is now mulling dropping Babar Azam and Shaheen Afridi for the match against Namibia on Wednesday. Pakistan must win to qualify for the Super 8 stage of the T20 World Cup. Bangladesh is turning a new page in its political history. Tariq Rahman, the chief of the BNP party in Bangladesh, has been sworn in as the country's new prime minister. And this marks a historic shift after decades dominated by the long-standing rivalry between Sheikh Hasina and Khaleda Zia, a period often referred to as the Battle of Begums. BNP returning to power after 20 years, Rahman taking office with a full cabinet of 25 ministers, but the BNP also making a conscious decision, none of its members accepting the government-allotted plots or official vehicles. And they have also refused to take the second oath for the Constitutional Reform Council, stating that they will not endorse the referendum-backed July Charter without their full participation. In fact, the decision created a friction with the allied party Jamaat-e-Islami, which insisted that the parliament without the constitutional reform is meaningless. Jamaat, remember, wanted to take the oath alongside BNP, but with the BNP's refusal, the process stalled. The charter basically seeks to curb executive powers, putting limits on the term of the prime minister, strengthening the judiciary, also reinforcing the election commission's independence, and prevent the misuse of security forces. And while the Election Commission reports that over 60% of the voters supported the changes in the recent 13th parliamentary elections, BNP securing 209 out of the 297 seats, while Jamaat-e-Islami and allies won 77 seats. The Awami League, led by the deposed leader Sheikh Hasina, was barred from contesting, making Jamaat the principal opposition party. The ceremony was also attended by international representatives. In fact, India's Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla was also in attendance. On the eve of the oath, Muhammad Yunus, the outgoing chief advisor of Bangladesh's interim government, announced his resignation in a farewell address, highlighting national sovereignty and foreign policy independence, while emphasizing growing ties with China, Japan, the US, and Europe. He made no mention of India. but spoke of strategic balance in foreign policy. In his remarks on economic integration, he clubbed together Nepal, Bhutan, and Seven Sisters, a term used to refer to India's northeastern states.
Our open sea is not only a geographical boundary, it is an open door to engage with the world economy for Bangladesh. This region, along with Nepal, Bhutan, and the Seven Sisters, has great economic potential.
And looking ahead, Tariq Rahman faces two major challenges primarily. First, he must tackle the recent rise in political violence and attacks against minorities. Second, he needs to stabilize ties with India, a priority he has clearly signaled throughout his campaign. In fact, by refraining from anti-India rhetoric in his first press conference after the election, Rahman spoke consciously about foreign policy priorities, indicating a desire for stability and cooperation in the region. As Bangladesh enters this new era with the BNP back in power, early conflicts with Jamaat and complex challenges both at home and in foreign relationships, the coming months will be a crucial test for Tariq Rahman's leadership. Beneath the mountains, oceans, and beyond the public gaze, in a way, China is accelerating its nuclear buildup at a pace that is reshaping the global balance of power, it seems. From warheads to submarines, China is moving fast. Our next report exploring how China is trying to arm itself with the world's most terrifying arsenal.
China has one of the biggest military in the world. Now the world's second largest economy is racing to arm itself like never before. China is rapidly building nuclear weapons. It has refused to join Trump's invitation to join a treaty which limits nuclear weapons. The dragon is no longer lurking. It is arming for undisputed dominance. China is producing submarines at its Bohai shipyards faster than at any point in history. Attack submarines, ballistic missile submarines. China is building them fast. Each one extending Beijing's reach across the Pacific and beyond. According to a report by ISS between 2021 to 2025, China's submarine building surpassed that of the US in both numbers of subs launched and tonnage. It's a stark turnaround from the 2016 to 2020 period. Submarines are not just platforms. They are the ultimate weapons. A nuclear-armed ballistic missile submarine guarantees a second strike, the ability to retaliate even after absorbing a nuclear blow. That is the core of deterrence. China is also rapidly bolstering its nuclear facilities in Sichuan province. One of them is located near the city of Pingtung. This is believed to be China's only plutonium pit production facility, the heart of a nuclear warhead. Another critical site is in Zhaitong County. This complex is believed to produce the high explosive components that trigger a nuclear blast. The U.S. Department of War estimates suggests China could possess more than 1,000 operational nuclear warheads by 2030. This would be a sharp rise from previous decades. The U.S. is modernizing its own nuclear arsenal. Russia retains the world's largest stockpile. What makes China's buildup striking is its speed. Shipyard output has surged. Nuclear infrastructure is expanding simultaneously. Sea, land, and air components of its deterrent are being strengthened together. A new phase of the nuclear age is emerging, and China is building it fast.